be known, there's really only one number that's going to tell you how scared the stock market is right now. One number. Wall Street watches it every single day. And after today, so will you. So, in the next few minutes, you're going to learn what the VIX is, how to read it in plain English, no math degree required, and how traders use it to decide how much money they're going to put on the table. All right, my name is Mr. Ray, heavy on the Mister. You know me. I've been trading options for over a year now using my real money. I have my own hedge fund. So, this is what I'm teaching you how I actually manage my money. I don't teach theory, I teach what I actually do. Okay? So here we go, baby. All right, let's talk about what the VIX is. Okay, officially, the VIX is the CBOE volatility index, and what it measures is how much movement the market expects in the S&P 500 over the next 30 days. And here's the part that most people miss. It's not somebody's opinion. It's calculated from real prices from real traders who are paying for the S&P 500 options right now. It's made of money, not opinions. So now let me give it to you the way I would explain it to my neighbor. The VIX is a fear thermometer, okay? When investors get nervous, they rush to buy protection. That's put options, okay? All the buying drives option prices up and VIX rises with them. When everybody's relaxed, protection is cheap. When the VIX drifts down, yes, you know what happens, right? That means it's going the other way. All right. Now, here's the most important thing that's on this slide. The VIX measures movement, not direction. A high VIX doesn't mean that the market's going down. It means buckle up. Big swings are ahead, baby. Now, in real life, fear usually shows up when prices are falling, but the VIX itself is measuring the size of the waves, not the way the boat is pointed. Okay, so it's all in a number. But what does 16 mean? What does 32 mean? Let me make the math simple for you, okay? All right, here's my rule of thumb. Write it down. Take the VIX and divide it by 16. That's the math. That's roughly the size of the daily move the market is bracing for. VIX divided by 16 equals the expected daily move. That's it. That's the whole trick. Okay. So if VIX is at 16, 16 divided by 16 is 1. The market expects 1% days. Okay. That's calm. That's normal. That's a tradable market. When VIX is at 32, now we're expecting 2% days. Now that doesn't sound like a lot until you remember 2% days really are doubling the turbulence on your investments, okay? That's when you size your positions down. When VIX is at 80, that's 5% days. That's chaos. And that's only happened twice in modern history, okay? That's 2008 when the stock market crashed due to the housing, and then in COVID, 2020, it crashed. And we're going to look at both of those in a minute. But for context, the long-term average is about 19 or 20. So anytime you see the VIX uh, that goes far from 20 in either direction, the market is in an unusual mood. And unusual moods are information that you can use. Okay, so let's talk about the different types of zones. And I'm going to give you a cheat sheet right here. There's 5 zones. When I finish this particular slide, go ahead and take a screenshot. And when it's built, and that's going to be your VIX decoder ring. Okay, let's get started. When VIX is 15 or under, that means that there's low risk. Calm waters, stocks are usually in a bullish trend. Okay, life is good. But remember the word for later, complacency. All right. When it's 15 to 19, this is normal. This is the market resting heartbeat. Business as usual, steady, range bound. Most of your trading is going to happen right here. Okay. Now, when it's 20 to 24, this is caution. The market is getting a little bit nervous. Something's shifting. Maybe there's earnings season. Maybe there's a Fed. Maybe there's a wars or rumors of wars. Whatever it is, don't panic right here. What this is saying, you need to pay attention. Now, when it gets to 25 to 29, it's elevated. There's real uncertainty now. Stocks are under pressure and the big money is paying hedges. This is where discipline starts to make you money because everybody is buying puts and you are now the seller of puts, but only on those options of stocks that you want to buy. Now, when it gets 30 and above, this is extreme. This is panic selling, sharp declines, full risk sellout. People are losing their minds here. They're losing their heads. We're going to spend a whole slide on this zone because it matters that much. Now, you might be thinking those big numbers are rare. Let me show you the receipts. They're not as rare as you think. This is where it gets real, baby. This is 20 years of fear on one chart. Every spike that you see here is a moment when real people were terrified about real money. Okay, let's walk through these spikes here. The first one on the left, 2008 financial crisis. Banks were failing, headlines were screaming. Look at the VIX. It closed at 80.9 in panic territory. The market was pricing in 5% daily swings. People thought the financial system itself was ending. And then look at the next one. March 2020, COVID, the fastest crash in history. The VIX was sitting at 82, the highest close ever recorded. The whole world shut down in 2 weeks. And then look at a couple of recent ones in 2024, the summer scare, and then in 2025, when the tariff shock hit, when Trump put tariffs on everybody, it spiked back up to around 52. Fear never retires, it just waits. Okay? Now, here's where the wisdom is. Now, here's what I need you to notice. Look at these monster spikes and what happened. And look at what the market did afterward. In hindsight, 2008 peak fear and 2020's peak fear both set close to major market bottoms. Maximum fear tends to show up near maximum opportunity. Be aware. Now, I'm not telling you to catch falling knives and try to predict what the bottom is. I'm telling you that panic is a condition, not a strategy. People who understand that in 2008 and 2020, they built real wealth. People who panic locked in their losses. That's what happens, baby. The numbers are the numbers. Always look at the VIX. All right, let's go inside the panic zone. Let's assume VIX is above 30. What does that actually feel like? Well, what it looks or feels like is you got violent swings. Scary headlines are everywhere. And here's the cruel part, correlations go to one. That means that everything is falling together. Your good stocks, your bad stocks, your safe stocks, it doesn't matter. Panic is everywhere and it doesn't discriminate. Now, diversification feels useless for a few weeks. Now, we've only pinned this needle near 80 twice. That was 2008 financial crisis and in March 2020 when COVID crashed. Both times it felt like it was the end of the world. Both times in hindsight though, that maximum fear moment set close to a major bottom. So what's the lesson? Here's a lesson, and I want you to hear it in two halves. The first half is extreme fear is dangerous. Don't get me wrong. You don't trade against it carelessly now, and you protect your capital. But the other half of that, half two, fear is also when disciplined investors go shopping. Warren Buffett always used to say, be greedy when others are fearful. But the key word in this sentence isn't greedy, it's being disciplined. Panic is a condition, not a strategy. Now let's flip it. What about when VIX is asleep? We get the VIX under 15. It's calm and maybe it's too calm, okay? So what a low VIX means is that the options are cheap. The market is quiet and everything is pretty bullish. Long-term investors are sleeping well. And if you're a trend follower, this is your season. But complacency can be a trap, all right? Here's a trap, and it even catches some of the experienced folks off guard. Long stretches of very long VIX often come right before volatility spikes, okay? Not because the calm is causing the crashes, that's not how it works, but because calm makes people careless. They use more leverage, they stop hedging, they forget about the 3% down days and what they feel like. And when everybody's unprotected at the same time, a small surprise can make a big mess. Okay? So here's a habit to separate pros from amateurs. Buy your umbrella when the sun is shining, baby. When the VIX is low, protection is cheap. That's exactly the time you think about your position sizes, your hedges, and your plan for when the weather's going to change. Don't shop for home insurance when the kitchen's on fire, and you don't shop your portfolio protection during a crash. You do it now when nobody wants it and it costs nothing. All right? So why does the VIX and the market move in opposite directions in the first place? Let me show you how the machine works. Okay, so it's a four-step chain reaction. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, baby. So step one, stocks are falling and investors are getting nervous. Step two, put buying is on a rush, baby. Everybody's rushing to buy puts. Everybody wants protection at the same time. It's like everyone in the neighborhood is trying to buy flood insurance when it's raining. Come on, somebody. Now, step three, option prices are rising, okay? Basic supply and demand. When everybody wants the same thing at once, prices go up. And then step four, the VIX jump. Because remember, the VIX is built on those option prices. Okay, fear is in, the number is up. That's the machine. All right. Now, one obvious caveat here, because I don't want to teach you half truths. There is a relationship and it's strong, but it's not perfect. The VIX can rise on a flat day if there's an election next week, a Fed meeting tomorrow, big earnings coming, traders start buying protection before anything happens. So remember, direction comes from the market itself. VIX just tells you how hard the market heart is beating. Right now, this is the what do I do with this information slide. Okay. So first of all, before I enter any trade, I want to glance at the VIX, the same way that I'm going to look at the weather before I leave the house for the day. Okay? Takes 2 seconds and tells me what kind of market I'm stepping into. Fear and greed leave fingerprints on this number. Okay? This is the one that saves accounts right here. And if you only remember one of these three things, make it this one right here. Let the VIX set your position size. The higher the VIX means it's going to be wider swings, and wider swings mean it's going to be smaller positions and wider stops. Okay? When the VIX doubles, I want my position size cut. All right? Let the math decide your risk, not your emotions, because your emotions is always going to want to bet big and at exactly the wrong time. And then thirdly, VIX extremes tend to snap back towards the middle. VIX over 40 often means that panic is in its late innings, okay? Not its first. VIX down 12 means everybody's asleep and it might be time to be careful. Extremes don't last in either direction. So, two warnings before we wrap this one up. Number one, the VIX is a gauge, it's not a timing tool. It can stay extreme for long periods of time, longer than you expect. So never bet the farm on it's got to come down. Nope, it won't come down. And number two, you cannot buy VIX directly. VIX futures and those VIX ETF products behave very differently from the number that's on this screen. That's a lesson for another day, and it's an expensive lesson if you skip this class. Lock it in. There are five things, and I want you to remember these if you don't remember anything else from the day. Okay? Number one, the VIX measures expected movement, not the direction. It's context for every trade that you make. And it's never by itself a buy or a sell signal. Number two, divide by 16. Remember that? The VIX 16 means it's a 1% day. VIX 32 means it's a 2% day. Now you can read the market mood in your head in 2 seconds and it's free. Number three, VIX above 30 is turmoil. This is when you need to protect your capital first, okay? Then and only then can you start looking for opportunities that fear creates. Number four, VIX under 15 is calm. Calm is where you want to be prepared. Protection is cheapest when nobody else wants it. Buy an umbrella when the sun is out. And number five, let the VIX set your position size. High volatility means smaller trades, wider stops. This is one habit that's going to save you more money than any stock pick ever makes you. Okay, so here's the truth. The VIX is never going to tell you what to buy, but it's always going to tell you what kind of market that you're standing in. And knowing the weather before you sell, that's not optional, baby. That's seamanship. Okay, here's where you can follow me on social media. And what I want you to do for me is at least click subscribe if you like the information that was presented for you today. All right. And I'll be sure to keep you posted on everything that's going on in the market. All right, and a quick reminder that before you go, everything on this channel is education. It's not financial advice. Stock options carry real risk, and they're not for everybody. Do your own research, talk to your licensed advisor, and never trade money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay? I teach it, but these are your own decisions. So until next time, build, grow, and prosper. I'm Mr. Ray, and I'll see you on the next one.